Yo, Kingdom manga arcs tier listed from S all the way to D because we don't do F around here. The other mangas might have Fs, but Kingdom, it's pristine. It's the best manga running and it's the best manga ever. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're not a Kingdom fan, by the way, if you're a Kingdom fan and you just came across my channel, please consider subscribing because it's barely any of us like on YouTube. It's scraps here and there. If you're a Kingdom fan, I'll be doing reviews on a weekly basis. I just started. I dropped the 828. Make sure to check that out. It's on the shorts section. I do Kingdom reviews weekly basis, and I'm gonna start this right here. Like I'm gonna be doing Kingdom tier lists and probably discussions in the future. Hopefully, I grow this channel to the point where I can just collaborate with other Kingdom content creators, because I fucking love Kingdom. It's the GOAT. Without further ado, let's get into it. Kingdom arcs reviewed, tier listed from S to D. Let's go. Seikyo Rebellion, the arc that started it all. Fucking amazing arc. Honestly, I know people tend to put it to the backside because it's just, in the grand scheme of things, it's a very, not that relevant compared to the following arcs, and it's not really, didn't jump into the meat and potatoes of the story, you know what I mean? But as an introductory arc, oh my god. You got Oki in there, we get the mountain tribes, the whole Hyo body double situation. The arc that started it all, man. One might think I put it in B, but yes, B relative to the rest of the arcs. But I'm taking it individually. This arc alone, standalone, if we just compare it to other manga arcs, it's an A tier. It's an A tier. You want to say A minus? Have at it. It's an A tier. This arc is flawless. It didn't have the high end stuff that happens later on in the story, but it's an A tier, no questions asked. Let's move on to Kyo campaign. I call it the campaigns. You feel me? I'm gonna just be real. I love this arc so much because to me this is the real start of Kingdom. You feel me? If you know, you know. This arc, Shin's first campaign, the way he was just stood out from the rest of these freaking nobodies, and the way he just took over and adapted on the fly, it felt like a journey in itself. This arc is so unique in that respect, and it was so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Duke Yo. Honestly, this is how good Kingdom is. I'm gonna put it in A tier, and I think it's even better than the Seikyo Rebellion. I know, not as significant as the Kyo campaign. It's a pretty light campaign. Finished really rather quickly. Dukyo made quick business of that way general. But yeah, come on, this arc is amazing. Kyokai introduction, come on, unbelievable. Then we go to Escape from Zhao. The entire, we get back into or rather we get a touch into Issei's background. It's an amazing backstory of him coming into terms with, the demons that are within him. Y'all know the story. It's a pretty neat short arc with an amazing heartfelt ending. However, it's very short, and that's always you gotta knock an arc if it's short. There's only one short arc here that I was it's so good that it has to be up there. But I don't know. I'm gonna put it in C, to be honest. It was good. It was don't get me wrong, but I feel like B and above you have to be amazing, and it was pretty good for what it was, but very short to be fair. So let's move on. Assassination plot. So this is the aftermath of Kyo campaign, really. And it's this is the moment where I was who's stronger, Kyokai or Shin? At that point, I was just hype, and the whole interactions were pretty neat. I'm still gonna put it in C, to be honest, because B tier, I don't know. I just feel like B tier is reserved for arcs that are pretty more comprehensive. It's pretty neat. Not much happened into it, but I liked it more than Escape from Zhao, to be honest. Let's move on to Bayou. Let me tell you something. Bayou is so fucking good. We know Kingdom is not a shonen, right? It's not Shonen Jump, obviously, but it's it kind of blends both themes from like the seinen manga that you see in the shonen manga. It like takes the best of both worlds. That's why it's the best manga ever. And I shit you not, if we just compare Bayou to the rest of the arcs in manga, in shonen manga at least, Bayou to me will be the second best arc in all of manga, if we exclude Kingdom arcs. The only arc that I prefer over Bayou in any other manga that I've read would be Marineford. And even then, Oki, with all due respect to Whitebeard, it don't even come close. The view of a general, Riboka's introduction, inheriting the glaive. I'm sorry. This arc is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Let's move on. Alliances. See, if I'm not mistaken, the alliances is where like Riboku comes to Kanyu for, you know, his proposition. It's pretty neat. I'm gonna put it in C tier as well. It's nothing special. It's like 4 or 5 chapters. His interaction with Shin was pretty neat. I'm gonna put it above the assassination plot just for that moment alone. But it's it's a good arc. I'm gonna put it in C tier. And by the way, this is how I rank them. So it's Bayou, Kyo, Seikyo, Alliances, Assassination Plot, and then Escape from Zhao. Sanyu campaign. This is tough. It's teetering between S and A. I want to put it in S because the highs of this arc is right up there. But I don't know. There's like a few moments in this arc where I kind of feel like it wandered off a little bit. Nah. I'm sorry. This is an S tier arc. I just remembered. We got introduced to the two, Osen and Kanki. I'm going to say this one more time. Osen and Kanki got introduced in this arc. Heki being an excellent bait. Kanki wiping that nigga's head off. Enough said. Is it as good as Bayou? For the longest time, believe it or not, I used to think it's better than Bayou. But upon rereading this manga a couple of times since then, Bayou is... Honestly, I should be putting another tier above S to reserve for Bayou and another arc, but I think it's fair to put it this way. Just let's not complicate things, you feel me? Strategist, that's another neat arc. I think all these short arcs that take small like detours into like small details about a character, I think they're all like C tier. They're just decent arcs, nothing special. Would I put it above? No, I think it's the lowest arc rated right now, even though it's, I don't even know if I want to call it arc. It's like 3 chapters. Coalition Invasion. I mean, it's hard even to put it into words because I've reread this arc 6-7 times in a span of 10 years, and each and every single time it gets better. No glaze. Listen, if I thought it was lesser than, upon rereading it, I would have said it. I was like, not as good as I remember it was. It holds up. If anything, it's even better. It's the best arc in Kingdom, and it's the best arc in all of manga. I will say, and I want y'all to pay attention right now, stay tuned, because there's an arc in Kingdom that had a climax, 1 or 2 actually, that I would argue every bit as good as Coalition, just from the climax. Now the rest of the arc, I mean, Coalition is perfect from start to finish. Kanmi, Eisei, Hoken versus Shin, Dukyo sacrifice. Kyokai's Revenge. I didn't love this arc, to be honest. I'm gonna put it at the top of C tier, but it was like, I remember the last time I even like experienced this arc, in the anime, it was neat, nothing special. The Tonryu Conspiracy, well, it's like Seikyo Rebellion 2.0. I'm gonna put this arc in B tier. Holy shit. I did not expect to be sympathetic towards Seikyo at any point, but wow, they did a 180 with his character while still acknowledging the evil deeds that he did. Like, I love Eisei's character. Eisei's such a phenomenally written character. I can't even put it into words. I know he's like pegged as a because he's like an idealist, and it kind of throws off people a little bit, but he's He's an idealist, yes, but he's self-aware. I don't want to go off a tangent, but this arc was handled beautifully. Amazing conclusion. Um, I actually was hoping Sekio would survive, but damn. Shoyu or the way Fire Dragons. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'm sorry. This is my least favorite arc in Kingdom, and it's not even close. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. The problem with this arc for me is that the way Fire Dragons were extremely uninteresting for me. I don't know how other people perceive them, but this is the very first arc that I was reading in Kingdom, like the very first time ever. I thought to myself, oh, this is kind of boring. Let's wrap this up. While reading Kingdom, that had never happened before, and this arc actually got me there. So unfortunately, it's always going to be remembered as the weakest arc. At least I think it is. We'll see what's coming up. I don't know if there's another arc that evoked that emotion in me, but I just didn't care for it. And the conclusion was kind of neat. It was clever, but the state of Wei in general, I ain't gonna hold you. They're a bunch of jobbers. Let's keep it a beat. Let's keep it a beat. Don't even. I don't read Chinese history like that. I mean, I've read other sections of Chinese history. All I know about the actual history, the actual history that depicts here, is the conclusion. But there's no way, based on this, that Wei is anything but a bunch of fodders. I ain't gonna hold you. They have like two good generals. But I digress. Let's move on. State of Eye. Unbelievable arc. Unbelievable arc. Just below the S tier, because I feel like outside of the Ryofui and Shin moments, I mean Ryofui and Eisei interactions, battle as you want to call it, the queen, yeah, she's insufferable. Not gonna lie, she's pretty insufferable, and it wasn't and you know, Shin coming in and these two psychotic, sadistic, random people that came in with their army. It's basically a Ryofui faction, and then that random state that came in with that old fight. That stuff was good, but it's not S tier. Even though like the Refuse stuff and with Eisei is, when they were doing the ideological battle there, it's just. I mean, I just kept telling myself, this guy just keeps going further and further. Hara is just climbing up the mangaka rank. I ain't gonna hold you. Kokyo Campaign. When I first read Kokyo Campaign, that was like the first time I caught up to Kingdom. I didn't love it as much as I wanted it to, because it's a kanki focused arc. How can I not love it? Of course now I love it, but it's like the third best kanki focused arc. It's the third best kanki focused arc. And frankly, I'm sorry, it's still A. It's still A. It's still A. Anything that kanki touches turns to gold. And in this arc, he did some of the most off the wall shit that got me so hyped. I got up out of my fucking chair and just had to like take a moment. He did that. The way he trolled Keisha. Are you kidding me? Nah, it's A tier. It's better than Dakan Plains. It's better than Seika Rebellion. I'm starting to think, maybe, man, is there anything gonna be in B at this point? Bureaucrats Battle. Honestly, of all the short arcs, this is like Eisei's interaction with the King of Shi, right? I think this climbs up to B, because I thought it just gave me the same vibe that Ryofui's interactions with Eisei did in the State of Eye. It was like getting more like Eisei getting challenged about his, ideals, which I love. Certain manga that I'm not gonna name right now barely does that with their MCs, but Eisei was challenged here by the King of Shi, and it was good enough, that short arc, if you want to call it, that it climbs up to be. It's a notch above all these other short arcs, if you feel me. If you got to this point of the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Kingdom fans, come on, I got y'all. Let's move on, because you know what's coming up. Western Zhao invasion. The Zhao invasion. The longest arc in Kingdom, one of the longest arcs I've ever read. I'm not even sure. Is this arc longer than Wano? It could be longer than Wano. This arc was like 4 years, half a decade, damn near. How do I put this? So this is gonna take a little bit longer than the other sections. We're already 15 minutes in, but it don't matter. Kingdom greatness. Western Zhao invasion, I'll put in 4 sections, right? 3 of these 4 sections, I'll give them S tier. 2 A tiers, the final section is an S tier. But that third section, so the first section is them descending into Zhao territories, right? And Osen trying to figure out how to place this and think of the logistics and stuff. That stuff was great. I give it an A. Amazing, intriguing, very compelling start. The Locust, amazing. Pretty good. I'm going to give it an A. Second section, the stuff with the mountain tribe versus the, I forgot what they're called, that tribe. They have their own like castle in Zhao. Amazing. It's funny because when I first read that part, like the first 2 times I read it, first was reading it week to week, and then the second time rereading it, I did not love that arc. That section of the arc. But upon rereading it a couple times, it's amazing. The Figo King, Baggio going apeshit. This was amazing. It was amazing. It was so entertaining. I did not expect to be that entertained by it upon reread. Heki, bro, you know what I'm saying? This dude escaped death so many times at this point. He's like the Buggy of Kingdom. Anyways, that part was good. The first part was good. They're both A tiers in my opinion. The final section with Hoken and Shin and tying it all together. Osen going up to Riboku and saying the most audacious thing ever said in manga at that point. I don't think I've reacted more viscerally to a moment in manga. S tier. But there's the reason why this arc, based on what I just described, should be an S tier, right? Heck, it could be an A tier. But in my opinion, Western Zhao Invasion is B tier. I know I'm gonna get some hate for this. I love Western Zhao Invasion. It's a B tier arc. Do you understand how high rated a B tier arc is? Go look at my One Piece arcs ratings. Most of them are B tiers, and I'm rating them through the same standard, not just relative to the Kingdom. Very, very important note. This rating from S to D is my standard across the board. A B tier is an amazing arc. But the stuff with the retainers of the 3 heavens from day 10 onwards with Shogaryu. Oh my god, it just dragged on too fucking long. I love the awakening of Ohun and Moten and Shin, them literally coming to terms and becoming generals. I did not like initially the Shin Dukyo, connection and him finding a fire randomly, but Hara would go on to absolutely masterfully craft Shin's development later on. But that moment, I was like, there's a fire there, off randomly, with no former instances, whatever. But that part was a drag, and I'm sorry, it brings down that arc. I know I took like 4 minutes talking about this arc, but it's, come on, it's a 4-year arc. It gets a 4-minute review. War of the Three States, not gonna lie to you, it's a C tier to me. Did not love this very short arc. Did not like that there's a random nigga in Shu that's every bit as strong as Kami, apparently weaker than Kami, and it's like, I didn't care about these people from that castle. I forgot what it's called. It was very short as well. Didn't get a reaction out of me. I don't remember a single moment of this arc that I was like, oh my goodness. Outside of Mobile getting pushed back, which was bullshit. Shiyu conflict. That's another C tier. I'm going to put it right here. Right here. It was entertaining. I liked Kyori's inclusion in the Hishin unit. I mean, when I figured out that she's gonna join, I was like, okay, time's up. The Ohun, Moten, Gakukan, Gyokuho units cannot compare anymore because we have someone. Can I say this? Like, clip this, put it online. I think Kyore, I forgot her name, is stronger than Ohun and Moten. Definitely stronger than Moten. I think she's stronger than Ohun. I don't know how to scale her up yet because we haven't seen her against like a legitimate threat, but I'll place her above both of them comfortably. Let me know if that's a hot take. Moving on. Battle of EQ. Sunbin. I'm gonna put it in B. And you know what? I think it's better than. Nah, it's not. It was epic. The way Kanki just subverted everyone's expectations was amazing. Parts of this arc were kind of like dragged on. Like Shin's battle against that dude in the right wing he's the most, probably my least favorite villain in Kingdom until this point. That giant dude who just wants pleasure, piece of shit. But this arc was amazing. The conclusion, phenomenal. Oh my god. Kanki versus Koshu, I think that's the name of the general. The fact that just Kanki shut him up right there, it was so fucking good, bro. And then the beheading. Kanki the Beheader came out this arc. Enough said. Just a tad below Western Jiao. Just a tad below. I feel... Now that I'm thinking about it, I think Kokyo campaign is a little bit too high now. I don't know. I will get to it. Jian. This might be the very first controversial moment we have so far. This might be it. To me personally, Jian is S tier. It came close. Let me tell you something. The climax of Jian campaign, the Northern Jiao invasion. You ready for this? If you made it to 22 minutes of this video, you're ready for like the biggest, most controversial opinion. You can clip this to the 20 viewers that are gonna watch it in Kingdom's TikTok. The Jian, the climax of the Jian arc is better than the Coalition. I'm just saying. Don't kill me. But the climax of this arc is the best in all of fucking Kingdom. And that's saying something because everything that happened in that, what was the name of that the small castle in Coalition? That was insane. Shin, do you believe in miracles, Cole? Fucking phenomenal. But the Kanki versus Roboku, the final panels of this, I'm gonna start spazzing out right now. That shit was fucking phenomenal. Like seriously, there's no way anyone can tell me this is not at least the third best arc in Kingdom, just based on my conclusion. Obviously, I was fucking pissed as shit at Karyuten, Moten. Karyuten and Moten really dropped in my eyes in this arc because these idiots just took. Roboku did not look that good. I'm sorry, anyone that thinks Roboku looked great in this arc. It was the most basic. He literally did the same thing. He did the same thing in Bayou. And these idiots like, yeah, let's go deeper into these territories. Yeah, we only have this amount of soldiers. Roboku's definitely not hiding another fucking army. As if you don't know what they're doing in the north. Like, it was just stashed. He just stashed another army. That's all Roboku did. Kanki over Roboku. I'm saying it right now. Kanki is the best general in Kingdom. I had Osen before him. But we're going to get to Osen because Osen did something that dropped him from number one after we did in Western Jiao to, we'll get to it. Nature of Humanity. I thought I'm going to hate this arc. I ended up liking it upon reread, but still, what is the nature of man? I think that's pretty important, and to like touch upon Confucianism and legalism and all this stuff done tastefully. Hara, you're amazing, but I'm still gonna put it in C tier honestly, and it's gonna probably be, yeah, I didn't love it. I think it was fine. It was fine. Like, I'm not gonna care about Rishi and Kampishi. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, war takes precedence to me. Hanjo or Hango campaign. The fall of, dare I say, the second coolest character in manga history. Osen, how could you, man? I've never seen a like. This is the most embarrassing L anyone has ever taken in Kingdom. Even that one fat ass general that Oki one shot it did not go out as sad as shit. You've lost all of your fucking retainers, all of them. Denremy gone. Ako gone. You lost Mako to the same nigga. And then So was on the edge as well. He was like, listen, bro. If your lady's your lady, man. If I was in his position, I'd probably say, fuck the war. Let me get that 6 Amazonian bitch and let me get the fuck out of here. What the hell, Olsen? What the hell? This arc, I'm gonna put it in C honestly, because nothing wrong with it narratively, but just got so pissed the fuck off. What is 3 Pillars, by the way? Is this the Han campaign right now? Is that what 3 Pillars is? I'm assuming that's the Han invasion, right? Right? Oh, it's 12. It's the arc. Oh yeah, the Shohoken proposing the 3 Pillars and all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I'm gonna put it in C, to be honest. That's prior to like peak. No, that's it. Yeah, that arc was pretty like it's a small, kind of like a bridge arc into the next storyline. What do y'all think? I'm trying to shovel around a little bit. Coalition number 1, Bayou, Jian, that's the top 3. Sanyu number 4 for sure. State of I at 5. Kokyo at 6. Kokyo at 6 though. The Western Zhao and Battle of EQ are. I'm conflicted right now. I'm conflicted. Secure Rebellion. You know what? I'm gonna stick to this. Let me know what you think. Kingdom arcs tier listed. If you're a Kingdom fan, if you stuck around for like 30 minutes, I appreciate you. Peace.